The next level.
I'm Jean Hewlett, the New England Regional Administrator for the SBA. I help oversee the 6 New England states district offices that support small business in America.
So I think we always hear about the SBA, but what does the SBA do? And as a small business, and maybe even some bigger businesses, what do you do as an organization to help them?
The particular things that the SBA does is to provide credit assistance to banks that want to extend credit to small businesses that wouldn't be able to do otherwise. We do that through our loan guarantees. We also provide counseling to America's small businesses through our partnerships with our small business development centers, SCORE, and the women's business centers. And we are also responsible for making sure that small businesses get their fair share of government contracting.
How do you go about, you know, I as a small business owner, how would I go about contacting you guys, trying to figure out what programs are the best ones, what is actually out there for me, and how it can benefit me?
Sure. Well, it depends on what your particular need is. But I would encourage you to come visit the district office in Providence, Rhode Island, to talk about the services that we provide and get connected to the right resource partners. Some of the initiatives that we've had this past year have been enhanced loan programs for small businesses that have had difficulty getting credit in this economic environment. But loans aren't always the complete solution. You need business assistance as well, and we'll put you together with the right resources.
What are you seeing out there, and how are you seeing the flow of business in not just Rhode Island, New England, but what you're seeing across the country?
Well, the reason I took the position is that I believe very strongly that small businesses are the backbone of the American economy. Historically, small businesses have led this nation out of every recession, and in the economic environment we are in, we needed to get more tools to those small businesses. And with my background in banking, I thought it was a particularly good time to join the SBA so that we could get that outreach and get those tools into the hands of small business.
So, you worked in banking for a while?
Yep, for 18 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you had a real good foundation for banking. Can you talk about what that bridge is? I mean, from a small business mind, it is frustrating to try to go get a loan and then they say no or yes based off of criteria that we can't control. You come from both sides now. You have the banking experience to know why maybe they said no, but now you're on the other side trying to force them to say, hey, we got to help each other out here.
Absolutely. There isn't always going to be a yes, but at the same time, there are different reasons banks may not be able to provide credit. And so if you get a no from one bank, it's incumbent upon you to do a little bit more research. Come to the SBA offices, talk about what your deal is, and we could refer you to a bank that may have better appetite for the type of business that you're in or have more experience using the SBA programs. Under the Recovery Act and then through this past year's the Small Business Job Acts, the SBA increased its loan guarantee to 90% and eliminated our fees. The purpose for that was to help the banks provide the credit that they wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So we wanted to make sure that small businesses knew if they went to a bank and was declined, that bank may not be partnering with the SBA to take advantage of that credit enhancement, and we can direct them to a resource that would.
And finally, from your point of view and what you guys do on a daily basis, and we ask this of everybody because the show is getting to the next level. Do you see these businesses getting to the next level? I know we've been struggling with the economy. I know that there's been a lot of stories out there with unemployment, but from your seat, what do you see going on right now?
What I see going on right now is that it is a very difficult time for business. They need to access all the resources they can have available to them. We're very fortunate here in Rhode Island. Those small businesses and the banks that support those small businesses have been accessing the program. This past year, our fiscal year that just ended, the dollar amount of new loans going to small business with an SBA guarantee had increased 37%, and in the last quarter, it had increased over 100% in Rhode Island. So that's a rather significant increase in credit becoming available to small businesses that wouldn't get it otherwise.